Okay, I think we're ready to go, Iris. So if you want to kick us off.
Okay, well, good evening. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so forgive me for any errors. Anyway, good evening and welcome to the PurpleStride Miami Get Together for Team Captains and Fundraisers. We are so excited to have you on tonight. I'm Iris Summerstein, the Team and Individual Development Chair for PurpleStride Miami. Tonight, we're coming together to help each of you get ready for 2021. February 6th will be here before you know it, and we wanted to make sure everyone feels confident and excited as we head into the holidays to spread awareness to your families and friends and inspire the gift of giving. So, before we get started, I think you already know all this. Mute your phones and computers. If you have any questions or comments, please use the chat box below, and please ask questions. If you're thinking it, chances are somebody else is too. So first, I wanted to start by saying thank you, because you are some of our trailblazers who persevered through one of PanCan's first virtual events in March last year and showed the world that success is possible. Y'all shared incredible photos with our online community, honoring your loved ones, and spread awareness in ways that have now become the gold standard. Because of you, we had more teams sign up than the year before and raised over $108,000. I know we can do it again. Okay. This year has brought devastating losses of some of the most influential people of our time, many of whom made the choice to speak out about their pancreatic cancer journey and make sure the world is paying attention. We will continue their fight. As you may know, pancreatic cancer is the third leading cause of cancer-related death in the United States. That's higher than breast cancer, leukemia, and many others that are in the news more often. Now more than ever, we need you in this fight. This year, an estimated 57,600 people in the US will be diagnosed. And the work you're doing is helping many of these same people here in Miami. Because of you, we are making progress. For the first time, the 5-year survival rate for pancreatic cancer is in the double digits at 10%. But that's just a start. Especially in the midst of a pandemic, those with pancreatic cancer are immunocompromised, so there's even a greater need to helping those in the fight. With that, I want to bring in a tremendous team captain, volunteer, and a pancreatic survivor to say a few words. Matthew Gold, thank you for joining us, and the floor is yours.
That's a really good picture of me. I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry that I stalked your Facebook, but you know, you're a celebrity now.
That's all right. You did good. You did good. And I think Susie would appreciate it too. So, hi, everyone. You know, I was talking to Addie yesterday, and it was just a coincidence, but 4 years ago, and now one day, I heard those two words that sort of shake everyone to the core. And it obviously can silence any room that you're in. At that time, I learned there was a 1 in 20 chance that I'd make it past 5 years. Well, I only got 364 more to go. Look, there are so many components to this dreadful disease, and I could, you know, take you through many different paths. But you know, and obviously the physical toll it takes on one, or for that matter, me. For me, it was, you know, I was in the ICU for 32 days, and, you know, 3 weeks of that I was in a medically induced coma. I spent the better part of a year basically recovering. But today I really want to share the effects beyond just me. To me, this is more than just how it affected me. I mean, quite frankly, my role was very simple in the beginning, especially. I was I was sleeping for a month, right? I mean, I don't want to make light of it, but it was really hard on those around me, and I'm sure it is for everyone else in this dreadful scenario. In my case, it was my fiance, and she had to be taking care of me and managing me and everything about me, but also running her world. And then she was also in charge as the captain, if you will, communicating with everyone that wanted to get an update on me. So she was texting and calling and friends and family and colleagues, and the toll that it takes on her, or for that matter any one of those friends and family and colleagues, it's unbelievable. I mean, first of all, my kids, I mean, they were in school at the time, and they had to work through their own struggles, and I can't even imagine what they had to go through dealing with knowing their dad was basically unreachable. My family and friends, they were dealing with just trying to focus to get through their day-to-day grind, and knowing that this was sort of hanging over their head. So it's just it truly affects everyone. And what I really want to say is, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're all here to try and share stories, and hopefully that'll inspire all of us. And I encourage you to take advantage of that moment that I mentioned earlier. When that room goes silent, when you say those two dreadful words, speak up, say something. I implore you to, well, not just you, but I actually would suggest to you to implore your audience that's listening to you to participate, to learn. We can do this. Today, that number of 1 in 20, as you just saw on the earlier slide, it's now 1 in 10 in just 4 short years, right? So wouldn't it be great in 4 short years we could knock that down again, right? And make it a 20, basically 1 in 5 survival rate. I mean, just imagine what that can look like. All it takes is a little work from all of us. Just keep talking about it. Keep sharing the stories. It fills the room. It makes everyone feel great when you can participate. I don't want to take time tonight, with a long story. I just really wanted to touch base and just hopefully maybe inspire a little bit with everyone, and just to remember to go out there and just get it done and try your best to share everything you can. I'm Matthew Gold. I am your pancreatic cancer survivor.
Thank you so much, Matthew. And, I know we talked about a little bit about how you're going to share your story tonight, but that was really inspirational for me. There were a lot of details I didn't know. So thank you for being so brave and sharing. I think a big thing I took away from that was how you highlighted the caregiver story. And I know I'm looking at everyone who's on the phone today, and I know so many of you have been caregivers. And continue that journey and have all the memories and want to help other caregivers. So Matthew, that was incredible too, to remind us that this whole community has plays such a different part in the journey of pancreatic cancer. And also I love your challenge of, okay, 4 years, let's get it up to 20%. I am in with you. And like you said, it's going to take a little work, but from all of us. And we're certainly preaching to the choir here. So many of you have been involved for so many years, have done so many incredible things. And I hope you all feel proud and realize that it's because of you that we've gotten to this point. And we're going to keep going together. So Matthew, thank you for being our survivor speaker today. And Matthew has also agreed to share his story to an even wider audience on our event day and be our survivor speaker. So we can look forward to that as well. So I wanted to share with you just a little bit of a summary of just kind of our accomplishments at PanCan and why we do feel really proud to be a part of this organization. So for those of you who don't know, PanCan has received the 4-star Charity Navigator rating for the 15th year in a row. And I know PanCan at this point has been around for only 21 years. And so that's actually for all of the 9,100 charities that are in the Charity Navigator rating, we are only the 1% of that whole entire group that has received the 4 stars, which is the highest rating, for 15 years in a row. So you can really be sure that every single dollar that you help fundraise and that you're asking your donors to donate to PanCan is going to the right place and is going to be used in an effective way. Also, just cumulatively, and this number keeps going up, we have put $105 million into research investments. And again, I think a big part of this is why the 10% survival rate has gone up. We have, all of your fundraising has funded peer-reviewed grants, our Know Your Tumor program, so many amazing success stories within that program, our patient registry, collecting all the data so that we can really start to understand this disease and how it's different for every single person and maybe some ways that it's similar. Our early detection initiative, which has really just begun, but we're so excited. It has so heavily funded. People are just ready to fund even more and go on to the next phase. So that is really huge. And I think, as some of you probably already know, that is really based on focusing on late onset diabetes patients, because there is a 1% chance that they will get pancreatic cancer. And so how can we really follow someone from just the instant that they have the diagnosis on? And then our Precision Promise program, which is huge and has launched in, I believe, 15 sites now and growing. And it's just an amazing adaptive clinical trial that is funded by Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Thanks to all of you. And then patient services, this is really the heart and soul of PanCan. And this is what, everyone fundraising as well, I think forgets sometimes that just asking someone to donate also spreads awareness about the disease. And so within Patient Central, and because of PurpleStride 2 and of the grassroots movement all year round, we've had over 13,000 new patient contacts. We've had so many clinical trial searches. There's just thousands of interactions every day. And I keep seeing in patient services, new staff members join to be able to handle all of the calls and all the interactions that are coming in. So many people have been mailed booklets and information. And then just this number here, 64% increase in new patient contacts, is just really incredible to see this program grow and make sure that our caregivers and our survivors and patients and their friends and family are going to the right place, and that we're the go-to organization to give them the right information that can save their lives. All right, so as Iris mentioned, February 6th, oh my gosh, it's gonna be here before we know it. We wanted to share just a little inspirational video for you guys, a quick one to kind of get us excited about virtual PurpleStride. So here we go.
Can you tell everyone who you're striding in memory of?
With my brother Larry.
Patients and survivors.
Love our cat pack. This is for you.
Amy's Army, and we'll beat this together.
And it's time to stride.
This is where it all begins.
I just love that. And the pool scene kind of reminded me of Jeanette and her incredible mermaid pictures from last year virtually. That was so cool. Ooh. So we wanted to also just kind of talk a little bit about what striding virtually means and how it's really not any different, besides that we can't get together in person on the day of. This event is still extremely personal, and we want people to be sharing their stories. So I'm going to pass it back to Iris to just talk about how she makes her fundraising personal each year, and she does an incredible job. She's always our top team, one of our top teams. So Iris, if you just want to share with the crowd what works for you.
Well, for one thing, people love me.
That helps.
I don't know what to tell you, they love me, and they loved and adored my husband. So that made it a little easier to fundraise. But I am extremely competitive. That's number one. And what I did starting with the first year and have continued on, basically, I feel like you have to personalize emails. I tugged at people's heartstrings. It's terrible to say that I make people feel guilty, but that is how I did my fundraising. I sent heartfelt emails to so many people and business, associates, and they really feel for me and they want to donate. So with that being said, I also feel like once you make these connections and you have them in your grasp, you want to maintain those connections, and so that you don't want to just reach out to them once a year and say, hey, I'm back. So I try to maintain relationships with people, and so I don't just feel odd reaching out and saying, hey, I'm back every year. Another thing for me is social media, especially on milestones of the anniversary of his death. I reach out to people on Facebook, his birthday, and always something comes in. They may be, smaller, but it doesn't matter. It all adds up. And always thank them with a personalized email. I mean, it takes me a lot of time. I spend a lot of time reaching out to people, personalizing things, but it seems to work for me.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I think it's just incredible. I mean, I knew some of that and I didn't know all of it too. I think reminding everyone the thank yous and keeping those relationships up year round to make sure they understand that it's because you love them and you're connected with them that you want to invite them into this opportunity to help donate to this cause that you care about, that they love your husband, and that you just keep reminding people that this is something that's always in your life, those milestones that you talked about, to make sure that people can really feel that along with you and support you at those important times. So all of that was incredible. And if anyone is willing to share, I would love, anyone. I know that we've got Bruce on the phone, we have Renee, Tessa's a new team captain. Anybody that would want to share maybe just anything that they've worked for them to make it personal, or what they've enjoyed or found easy about fundraising.
I can share.
Okay, great.
I think similar to what Ira said, just making it personal. It can be a little difficult because I'm here in Miami and my sister's in St. Louis, and that's where all of our family is. So she steals everybody from me. But I think definitely just making it personal and using the resources you have, like social media. So I am on social media, so that's much easier to use, and post stories. I think Iris gave a lot of helpful tips on to keep engaging throughout the year, but definitely keeping it personal and using the resources like social media.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. And we're going to touch on social media in a little bit here too. So before we move on, anybody else that would be willing to share?
I have something just to add.
Please.
I think even watching like some of the slides tonight and seeing where the money is going to is going to be really inspirational for other people and make them feel a little more inclined to donate, seeing I'm not just donating to another cause. My money is going, to help this specific person get treatment, or, to help fund this. So something along those lines of like showing videos like that, or some sort of like informational outreach so that people see where their money is going to, and that will help with fundraising.
That's great, Lindsay. And I think that's actually something that's really close to my heart too. And I'll show you in a little bit something that's in our toolkit that I really love, that can connect people really quickly to where their money is going and what difference it's making, because that's what it's all about. People need to be able to see that they're making a difference, and that's going to keep them coming back and wanting to support. So I love that you mentioned that too, because maybe Iris and I can kind of work on making sure to send a little bit more of that information out into our community through Anita's help, through Facebook, maybe a couple different things we can collect from PanCan of just how far we've come, or take some of those slides that you felt connected to and put them on there. So we'll work on that. I love that.
Addie?
Yes, please share.
How you doing, Ed?
Good, I love your hat.
Thank you. For everybody who does not know me, my name is Bruce Platt. I am the affiliate chair up here in Philadelphia. Just some things that Renee and I have been going to different virtual meetings and grabbing ideas. It's something that you might want to do as well. Get invited to other affiliates meetings. And
Yes,
just
so great.
what you're doing. One thing that I did up here in Philly, I don't know if you got what your, I think your state's a little bit lax with the COVID, with wearing masks and all that. I actually purchased masks, and for every $25 donation, I sent a mask to somebody. It says, I don't have it on me. I should have grabbed it from my car, but it says PurpleStride Philadelphia with the date on it. It was really cool. You know, like something you can do. Milwaukee is doing it with sweatshirts with Milwaukee on it. So there's a lot of stuff you can do out there. I have a great idea, but I don't know if you guys have drive-in movies. I'm working on this, and it'd be great if you could do it. But if you have any drive-in movie theaters, I've been talking to a guy that I'm going to have a Swayze Gate, where we're going to play 2 Patrick Swayze movies, and all that we collect from the people for the coming in for admission and for the food, whatever we don't have to pay for, will go as a donation to your team or to your PurpleStride. So just a couple things that I've seen around that you might want to think about, and things you could do.
Love it. Thank you, Bruce. That's so fun. The drive-in idea is fabulous. I know my boyfriend works for Amazon Studios, and so they have been doing a lot of drive-ins, and LA is getting rough out there, but they're still trying, and to have it be focused around Patrick Swayze, and just to have that connection. So if anyone has a relationship in Miami, I love that idea, and it's something we could do throughout the year. So just really cool, clever little events and ideas that we still are staying safe with. Is brilliant. And I love the mask idea too. I think we are working on something like that. All right. We'll have, of course, more time at the end. I love hearing from everybody. That's what this is all about. So we'll kind of get through some of these tips and then open it up again. So we wanted to focus on making sure everyone knew about this website. It's just easy to remember. You can access it through you can access all of this through the Miami PurpleStride website as well, but purplestride.org/resources. Write this down and make sure you're visiting this and looking through all of the amazing resources we have. We've had just incredible events, including ours starting off last year, and Philly, and in Vegas. Vegas first, then Philly, that have really kind of led the way. And we've shared all of these best practices across the country, and we've been able to develop some really neat tools for everyone as they're working hard to fundraise virtually. So we wanted to go through a couple of things that are on that website. First, our event fundraising toolkit. So this is a downloadable PDF when you go to purplestride.org/resources. And there's just so many different things in here, and links to different tools and things. And we'll kind of jump into a few highlighted things. There are sample messaging for emails. So I know it can be tough, especially now during a pandemic, when we don't know, how our loved ones and our families are faring with everything, and having kids at home and their jobs and everything. But we have put some of that stress work, we've taken it out, hopefully for you, and we've given you some ideas of how to ask for these donations, and how to talk about PurpleStride and spread awareness through sample messaging. So definitely check those out and use whatever parts you want. And this is what I was talking about, Lindsay. I'm so glad you brought this up. So this part is really meaningful to me. I love our social media sample messaging, and kind of, as Bruce mentioned too, always fun to go visit different Facebook groups around the country to see what others are posting, and maybe get some inspiration there. But we do have all of these sample images on that website, purplestride.org/resource. And so these dollar handles, like $32 can give a free one-on-one support, $270 can put, I can't really see because my screen, the educational packet, into 10 newly diagnosed patients. So these to me are huge. And so I think Anita and Iris and I were already going to work on making sure that we really highlight these in our Facebook group in Miami, and share them, every couple days, leading up to the event and weeks before, to just highlight, each one of these, because they're really strong messaging for our donors to show where their money is going. We also have our honor bibs and our survivor bibs here that you can download and print and write who you're striding for. And I've seen people be really clever with these. I hope people utilize these and continue to do some fun things with them. We've seen people print them out, share them with your team members. Maybe have a specific day where you ask them to write down what they're striding for. It could be all the same thing or the same person, or they could have different ideas. They're striding for hope. They're striding for all pancreatic cancer patients. They're striding for caregivers, whatever it is. And then maybe they can send you a photo as a team captain, and it's something maybe that you could send out in an email to additional donors and say, join our group and print this out with your donation and send it to me. So, maybe you post every once in a while on your own personal Facebook and show a picture collage of everyone and what they're striding for. So just getting people involved and active. To Bruce's point, anything that we can do kind of physically is kind of a nice addition in this crazy world. And then we have our Facebook photo frames, which I know a lot of you have. And many of you will recognize all of these folks in these photos. We have our very own Anita pictured here. She has been a model way more than she ever thought she would for PanCan. We have Carlos in the picture. We have Natasha, who helps out in Vegas, my colleague. So just these are really wonderful. We have so many different types, whatever really feels right to you. These are all available, and they can really help spread awareness and it really highlight that you're supporting PanCan on your Facebook page. And then I know this is really small writing, but just know all of this is in the virtual toolkit, which is really helpful. So wonderful ideas, things that you guys already shared, but also, ideas like virtual parties and Netflix party where everyone can kind of join and watch the same show at the same time and chat about it, or even a jogathon. I had someone in Tampa Bay recently talked to me about how she is pregnant and will be having her child basically on the event day. So she wanted to do something probably a month leading up to the event. And she said, can I do a 5K with my team a month before? Absolutely. What a brilliant idea to kind of get her small team and group together, do their own 5K, raise money for the event, and just have their own kind of special day around that, kind of do their own 5K jogathon. So I thought that was really brilliant idea. And we wanted to say thank you to our Grand Club members. We have many of you on the phone and just yay. Yes, please give a little hand raise if you are a Grand Club member. So of course, this program still continues in the virtual world. And again, to Bruce's point, this is a really fun way to actually have something physical. You can see this picture here is our MC in Tampa Bay's wife, Sari. She was one of our first Grand Club members and got her shirt and was just so excited to show it off at home and kind of share with her Facebook community her accomplishment. So when you raise $1,000 personally, on your fundraising page, then you're part of our Grand Club, and you'll get an email and a little pop-up asking you for your shirt size and where you would like your sweatshirt to be sent. So it's a new design for this year, and we're really excited to continue that program and to see our Grand Club members grow. So just a really, really cool milestone and a really neat thing to be a part of. And then you can change your Facebook frame to becoming a Grand Club member. So one of the tips we wanted to talk about, and I know some of you on the phone have already done this, but we wanted to kind of make sure that everybody sees some of these statistics, and then we're going to just watch a quick instructional video so that no one has an excuse. You can see how easy it is, and it really can make a difference. So just some of the statistics here. All fundraisers compared to Facebook fundraisers, you can see the average fundraising goes up exponentially, how many Grand Club members we have that tried out the Facebook fundraising, and how many donations you receive by really spreading the word through that platform. So we really hope, eventually maybe to see 100% or 95% if people don't have Facebook. Of course, that's hard. But if you do, I would really recommend trying it out. And we have had so many great success stories. I pulled Jeanette's from last year. It was just so incredible to see. I think Jeanette had started her fundraiser just a couple days before and had raised over $1,000, instantly became a Grand Club member. And it was the first time she had tried it out. And just in a couple days, just spreading the word to her community and people that maybe didn't have a chance to donate to her before, or just were connected to the disease and her story, boom. So that was really exciting to see. Andrea jokes in Broward about how she had set up her Facebook fundraiser, good 4 or 5 months before the event. You can see she had raised over $2,000 really quickly on the way to her $10,000 goal. And she said, I just set it up while I was on the beach on vacation. And boom, it was just really amazing to see that I could spread the word through one kind of simple activity. So that being said, let's just watch this video. It's just thinking.
Hello, my name is Lawrence, and today I'll be showing you how easy it is to create a Facebook fundraiser through MyStride Central. Facebook Fundraiser is a tool that allows you to share your story with more people and collect donations through Facebook. Participants that connect their PurpleStride fundraising page to Facebook on average raise 5 times more than those who don't. And even during the pandemic, we are finding that Facebook fundraising has not slowed down. Setting up the fundraiser is quick and easy. So let's get started. First, you need to be registered for PurpleStride at purplestride.org. Once you are registered and you are at the purplestride.org landing page, click Login located in the upper right-hand corner of the web page. Once you click that button, the username and password field should populate below. Complete the login process by entering in your username as well as your password, both credentials correctly. After you have entered in both fields, you'll click Submit and wait for the page to respond. You'll know that you have been logged in because the login button will change to log out. At this point, we'll scroll down and click the event with which you would like to connect your Facebook fundraiser to. Once you have clicked the event, we'll wait for the page to load. It will take us to MyStride Central. Once in MyStride Central, you'll be taken to the dashboard. You will know that you're at the dashboard if you look at the tabs below the welcome message. The dashboard tab will be highlighted in purple. If you are not here at the dashboard, simply click the dashboard tab. Once here, we'll begin to scroll down the page and we'll look over to the right. You'll scroll down until you see the purple box that has the message, "Fundraising is even easier with Facebook Fundraiser." Once here, you'll then click the white button that says Connect to Facebook. Go ahead and click that. We'll then allow the website to do its magic. And voila, your Facebook fundraiser is now set up. Congratulations. Here, notice a few things. You will see a link that allows you to copy the Facebook fundraiser and paste that wherever you would like, in email, in website, on Facebook. This link points directly to your Facebook fundraiser, making it easy for others to donate. Now click the white Go to Facebook Fundraiser button. It will take you to the Facebook fundraiser you just set up. Here, give attention to the blue bar that says Invite. Below, you'll see the buttons Donate, Share, and More. Click More. You'll see other options that say Unfollow Fundraiser, Edit Fundraiser, and End Fundraiser. Click Edit Fundraiser. Here you can personalize your Facebook fundraiser by uploading a picture of your loved one or add information about your fundraiser. Facebook Fundraiser allows you to invite your friends on Facebook to donate and post on the page as you would a normal Facebook page. Donations show up in real time, and your fundraising total as well as personal story are reflected in both the Facebook Fundraiser and participant page of MyStride Central. If you have any questions, please contact our customer service team at events@pancan.org or call 877-2-PANCAN. Thank you so much for your dedication and support.
Woohoo! That was done by my lovely friend Lawrence at PanCan. He is fabulous. Thank you guys for watching that. And again, I know some of you have already started your Facebook fundraiser, so thank you. Definitely inspiring others. All right. So we just wanted to remind everyone about our Facebook group. So you can just search for groups, just search for PanCan Miami. That's pretty easy. Or of course, just write down this link here, facebook.com/group/pancan.miami. We really have seen some just incredible community come together through Facebook. And this is really where we're going to be driving everyone. We want to see everybody leading up to the event, really sharing their amazing ideas, sharing their stories about their loved ones, encouraging other team captains and fundraisers. So the more interactions that we can have, the more you all can be visiting our Facebook group. I just think the more we can grow the community, we can spread the love, If you have questions about things, you can post them in this group. So, you know, just all of the events, including ours, you know, just it's really shown the resilience of the PurpleStride community that we can do this in a virtual world. Just overall, looking back at our kind of fall season, it was just incredible to see all of these pictures, all of the interactions, and so many events, almost all of them blow past their goal. And overall, we did such an amazing job. We blew past our goal overall for our fall season. So Miami's going to kick off our spring season. We are the first event February 6th for our spring season. So I really want us to kick it off strong. I know Miami can do it. So please, you know, connect your Facebook fundraiser, connect to our Facebook, share your amazing ideas. And I know we can get it done. So really, that's our last slide. I would love to open it up. I would love to hear from anyone on maybe their favorite thing they took away from tonight and any other ideas that you guys would want to share with each other or share a story. So would just like to open it up for any comments and any questions.
Addie.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my question. When you actually connect to the Facebook fundraiser, does that automatically go to your team page?
Yes.
It does.
It does. So it's kind of a new feature. We did have it last year as well, really kind of launched. And so that's what's new about it, is that there is a distinction between PAN general fundraisers and your own personal fundraising page. That's what's exciting, is this is their personal fundraising page. So you have to do exactly what Lawrence said and go to MyStrider Central first. And that was all built by Facebook to make sure that if someone donates $5 on Facebook to your fundraiser that you set up through MyStrider Central, you'll see on our PurpleStride website, if you go to your fundraising page, you'll see your ticker go up $5. And so when you're looking at your donors, Facebook does have to be a bit private about their donors. We're not sharing, Facebook doesn't want to share all that information. So you'll see Facebook fundraiser instead of someone's name that donated. So that's something that's a little different, but that's a great question. What else? Anything else? Does anyone want to share maybe just their favorite tip? Anything new that they learned from this presentation? I know we have a lot of veterans on the phone.
Actually, Addie, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I'm curious about the Alex Trebek book, and if anybody has been using that, you know, for, I don't know, book clubs or any special conversations happening around his book.
Brilliant idea. Not that I've heard of. Has anybody else heard of that?
I mean, I thought that at various points there were, you know, clearly a few other books, you know, written by people in our family that I thought were a little more connected to some PanCan, you know, activity. And I guess I've been myself thinking about giving that book to some family members, and I'm just curious.
Well, and I think that's just a brilliant idea. Not that I've heard of, but I'll keep an eye out. And if something, you know, an idea that you can share, Janet, and we can kind of spread the word about that. I think it's great. We just talked in Tampa Bay about, I believe, Christmas Day is going to be the last showing of Jeopardy. I believe some of you might be aware of that. So that's something that we also want to spread the word about, and, you know, that strong connection, all that he did. So, you know, that connected with the book idea, I think is a great way to raise awareness.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will give a little hint. I use his name immensely, and use his name. People jump on it if you can. Just when you post on Facebook, you know, Alex Trebek, RBG, Patrick Swayze, all went through this, and blah, blah, blah. We need all the help we can get. And it really does work, guys. So if you use those three names, it was amazing how much we raised up here.
I love that, Bruce. And I'm scrolling back to that slide that I created. And again, I wish I didn't have to create this slide. I wish that all of these people were still with us. And I think it is a reminder, though, that because of their bravery and being willing to share, it does put a spotlight on this disease that really needs a bigger spotlight. And so to make sure that some people just don't really know about it, but when they do see quite a few famous people going through this, they're perking up a little bit more, and they're becoming more familiar and realizing how much the numbers need to change. So I think that's great. And we have Mindy Kaling. And so hopefully everyone's been seeing the amazing work that she's done in outreach. And I hope that reaches a whole different audience. So, you know, we're really can only go up from here. It's been just an amazing for me. You know, I've worked for PanCam for almost 6 years. And just like Matthew said, in 6 years or just 4 short years, where we've come because of everyone's hard work is truly like unbelievable. We make the impossible happen. So gonna kick off spring season strong. I know it. Anything else? I know everyone's probably zoomed out. I won't make you stay on, but if anyone wanted to share anything else with the group, anything positive, anything you're looking forward to, is anyone going to be sharing some of this messaging with their family members and friends over the holidays? Have them join your team?
We're going to kick some ass.
I love it. There's my Javier. Javier's the closer.
You're already kicking some ass.
You are, Javier. I am so impressed. I know I did a goofy little rocket photo that I shared on Facebook for you, but I was so excited to see Flower Power coming out super strong. So what's been your success? How did you get there?
Well, for me, it's more like like a dartboard type of scenario where you, the bullseye are the people that you can count on 1,000%. They're going to be there donating every year. It's your immediate family. It's your close friends. You can count on them 1,000%. The doubles on the outside of the board are the ones you got to focus on and focus your effort to try to recruit. But it's just like that, it's really getting the word out. One thing that I learned when I first started doing this is I was very timid. I never actively volunteered for an organization where I had to fundraise and stuff like that. But then I thought, I receive 865,000 emails a day asking me for stuff. Why can I not be 865,001?
Yeah.
I love it. If everybody's going to be asking me for donations to the ALS Foundation, to the Leukemia Foundation, listen, I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to be there and I'm going to be beating down your door. And if you say no, that's fine. But I'm going to ask you again next year.
That is brilliant. I'm so glad you mentioned that mindset. And I think we forget that sometimes, that there's why not me? Why not ask? And I learned that a long time ago, is that this is an opportunity. Why not at least give people the opportunity if it's something that they want to do and be a part of this amazing organization and this cause and this fight that really needs help. Give them the opportunity. Don't hold back because you're nervous that it's going to offend someone. The worst they can say is no. And that's their missed opportunity, Someone else going to say something?
I learned that the
hard way, did you say?
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally anymore. That's the whole thing. You just can't take it personally. It's just, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah. Because it's something bigger. We are all a part of something much bigger than someone, just it's not the right time for them, and that's okay. So I've learned so much from all of you, and I know Iris and I talked about that. We will try to work on maybe having another sort of networking get together as more team captains and fundraisers sign up, maybe in mid-January, maybe 3-4 weeks leading up to the event, just to see if people want to talk a little bit more. And again, I know people are on Zooms for work and things, but this is this is really special, and I think pumps people up and inspires people. I've already learned a lot on this call myself, so we will try to do this again. I'm going to stop the recording real quick.